Hi, this is Let's Talk About It. It's place where we'll be having real, honest, and faith-centered conversations about life. I'm your host, Flo Paradis. Come, let's talk about it. Hello everyone, welcome to today's episode of Let's Talk About It. Today's episode is taking a different turn as our guest is currently in the hot seat. Yes, so this is our unfiltered session which comprises 10 questions from the already recorded episodes in this season. Our guest today is no other person than Ayomide Olanrewaju. Hi Ayo, how are you? Thank you for coming.
I really appreciate you bringing me here.
Thank you for coming. Alright, so let me state the rules.
Alright.
So we have 25 questions in total. Yeah, and we already recorded 5 episodes. Yes. So from each episode, I drew out 5 questions. So we have like 5 questions for each episode, 5 for so that's why we have 25 in total. So the rule is that you are going to pick 2 questions from each segment. Yes, so 1 to 5 is for faith, so you pick 2 questions. 6 to 10 is for maybe friendship, you pick 2. 11 to 15 is for another, so that's how it is. Right, so cleared?
Yeah, I'm going.
Alright, let's start. So from our faith episode, which is the first 5, pick your first question.
Alright, question 1.
Question 1, it says, how does someone become saved?
Alright, there's this particular Bible verse that says, with mouths
We confess
unto
salvation and with our hearts.
Yeah. So I believe how you can be saved is by you are saved by confession. By confession, you make a confession and you are saved. So it's like literally just a simple, like I think I've said this multiple times, that the subject of salvation is very, 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 very funny. Like I literally killed somebody, like a lot of people in my lifetime, and you're telling me that I just make a confession
and you're saved.
And I'm saved. It's though yes, that's something sincere heart has to come from a heart that is broken and has seen the has seen his unrighteousness and is having this heart or this heart posture to move towards righteousness. So it comes from firstly brokenness and seeing yourself as unrighteous, then coming to be righteous. But it's just by confession. It's a very funny law. I don't know how it happens that I can go to the altar and say, "Oh Lord, I accept you as my Lord and Savior, you died on the cross," and I'm like, okay, like it's not killing Abraham without sports, or it sounds so simple, but then that's the gospel. The gospel is supposed to be simple. It's just salvation. It's about salvation. The gospel is about salvation, but the Christ resurrection, and the effect of it. So I feel it's by I know it's by the confession.
Yeah.
Confessions media.
Alright, so thank you so much for that. So Aya said you get saved by confessing with your mouth and believing in your heart. Alright, so what's your second question?
Alright, question 3 next to what?
Alright. Question 3, still under the faith part. It says, what's your advice to someone who feels they are far too gone to be saved?
Alright. Romans 8. Romans 8 says, and what can separate us from the love of God? Shall tribulation, shall
a lot of things.
What I'm trying to say is the love of God. I think Faye mentioned this.
Yeah.
That the love of God is not actually it's not based on emotions.
Yeah.
It's unconditional.
Yeah. So
you can never be far too gone from God. You are always in his heart. You are dear to him always. It's not seasonal. What somebody says, don't do things to end
God's
his
love. Yeah. Or his saving grace.
His saving grace. Thank you. He loves you regardless.
Yeah.
He loves you regardless. I think I was reading a book about the fact that nobody can actually love.
Yeah. Nobody can love like God.
Nobody can actually love. Only God puts love. Only God. Yeah. So it's the more we see God, the more we be like God, that we actually tend to love, because we are living this nature.
And God is love.
Love, not as we behold, as in the mirror, the glory of God. We are changed from glory to glory. So there's a glory of God that is reflecting love. So we are actually being changed to that glory of God. We are being changed to that image of God, that we can actually love people. He has capacity for every man's action. he's not shocked by what any man does.
Yeah.
So no matter what you do, there's a lot. He's always there and he's ready to call you back. As long as you're willing to come back, and he's not calling you back.
Actually,
but you have to come back. You
have to make the choice.
He's calling to you every day, every moment, every time. He's calling to you. So I believe you are not a God. What you can do is now go to the place of prayer, right, and talk to God. I used to say something. Most of the time, you don't need to go and canvas. Yeah, just go and talk.
Sometimes you might not even have the words.
Yeah, just go and stay in the presence of God. Yeah. And like the prodigal son, I'm back. Yeah, I know I went AYR. I know, but I know you are my father, and I believe you have my best interest at heart. Yeah. So here I am. I present myself before you as one who is not perfect enough. One who has God help me. God help me do better. God help me turn a new leaf. God help me not go back to these old ways. I am tired of this. I am tired of that. Yeah. He listens. That's another thing. He listens. A friend of mine is WhatsApp something, and I loved that thing. I didn't change it. I don't want to mention this thing. I didn't change it. He used yes, and I'm like, bro, yeah, yes. God listens to you. God listens. My pastor will say, you think God doesn't hear your prayer? He actually answered your prayers. His answer can be a yes, a no, or a wait. Easy. So God actually hears you regardless of what you feel you are right now. God actually loves you regardless of what you feel you are right now. You do nothing to earn God's love. You are loved regardless. So just speak to your father. That's my something. That's my that's my advice. Speak to your father and he will listen.
Yeah, thank you so much for that. That's true. The grace of God is all encompassing and his love towards all is unconditional. Thank you for that. Alright, so moving to the next phase. This is our friendship part. So choose from 6 to 10.
Numbers. 6 to 10, right? Okay.
Yeah. 6. Ayo, what do you expect from a friend?
Now. That's a very tricky question. I think it's not the right question to ask.
Okay, you can rephrase it.
Actually. Okay. Now, expectations is somehow, in one way, can be tied to entitlement.
Yeah. Yeah, but in a way, it's more like a way to know the people that you'd accept into your circle as a friend. Okay. More like, okay, someone who loves the Lord, or someone who can probably help in your work with God, someone who's, I don't know, what do you expect from a friend? If I'm to answer the question, I would say something like, sincerity,
okay,
loyalty, honesty, transparency, like things that would aid communication. Okay. Yeah. You don't know if that is a friend. Another question, but like, don't worry.
Because a friend is supposed to be, sincere.
Yeah.
But I get when you said expect, so like your friends, I am expecting you to do this. I think I saw something yesterday, and it's really made me laugh. So I think they were friends and their roommates.
Okay.
And he said he sleeps too much, right? Sleeps too much. Then his friend wakes him up every time to read. Okay. And for this particular exam day, his friend overslept. Then he also overslept. Then he sued his friend to court. Because so he was having an expectation. He was saying I expect him to. So I'm like, an expectation is quite it's quite a big word to use. To me, it might not be to you, right? We have perspectives to things. So it's quite a big word to use. I feel who is a friend? A friend should be sincere, a friend should be loving, a friend should be understanding. A friend that's what a friend is. I mean, I'll refer to a lot of things I've heard. I was listening to some of my friends to a podcast, and he was talking about Job. You know, when Job had boys all around and the disaster came. The friends that came actually, when studying the life of Job and the history, Adam and Job there was a north, south, east, and west clan, something like that. And I don't know where Job was, but they came from the north, the south, and east. And there were 4 actually that were ruling the whole earth at the time. So according to history, I guess, Job was before Abraham. Yeah. Job was very Abraham. So they came and they met their friend on sackcloths and on something. They put up their clothes. they put on their clothes.
Yeah.
And they sat down with him, sat clothes also. Yeah. Now, I don't think Job was expecting them to do that. So expectation somehow, was not expecting them to do that. But as a friend, they saw it fit.
Yeah, to do that.
To join in the mourning of their friend. Yeah. So that's what a friend is. A friend should be able to see you in a state and come to level with you and like I think the person said if it was one of the Job's friends, we tell Jobs to go and stand up, maybe take a bait and come to their level, maybe wear a robe again. Yeah. But a friend brought himself low to Job's level. So I feel a friend.
But you're also stating expectations, right? These are actually expectations too, because not everyone also see friendship on this level.
Okay.
Do you get? Okay. So it's also like you, in a way, you also answered the question, even though we rephrased it to who is a friend. Yes. Yeah. So it's also like an expectation thing, because in a way, you also want people who who know the meaning of being a friend. Yeah. That is an expectation in itself.
That's the answer. Then the expectation I have of a friend is for the friend to know what it is to be a friend.
Yeah, same
so
here too.
You have to have knowledge of what it is to be a friend. So I think it will be much more easier when you know and I don't have to tell you.
So it's not like I'm imposing. Yes,
It's a place of correction. It's a place of expressing my ideas or my feelings about what you did and what you did wrong or what I did wrong. But I think you should have an idea of what it is to be a friend.
All right. Thank you so much for that. All right. Your next question.
All right.
8. The question is, what are the qualities of a true friend? Should you leave it at this or you pick another one? Because I feel like it's somehow related. Yes.
All right. Let's just answer it. Hey, Jesus, what are the qualities
of a true friend?
All right. It feels like I'll be antagonizing what I just the man just I just moved, but it's fine. All right. The other time we said for you expectations, the level expectations. I say no, just know what being a friend is. Now, what is or who is a friend? So my qualities of a true friend answers the question of who is a friend.
Yeah.
So a friend is loyal.
Okay.
Truthful.
Okay.
Now this is very funny. A friend is also truthful. Truthful, but I want to use another word that seems it's very. Should I say it's blunt in a way. To you, a friend doesn't look at something you are doing wrong and
overlook it just to please you.
Just to please you. Yeah. I've heard someone say, I think I do a lot of listening to people a lot. So it's more or less like writing, as opposed to you that read books. I do a lot of reading. I'll just go to somebody and just let the person talk. And I'm listening. I love it.
And that's actually nice, honestly.
I don't just keep and let them talk and I listen. And the person said, if I'm your friend, or you say I'm your friend, and I'm doing something wrong, and you cannot call me back, and the same day I realized
you knew, or you could have told me.
And you didn't. That's the day we are cutting off the friendship. And I feel that's very profound. Because why should you know what I'm doing wrong and can't tell me? I feel as a friend you should be able to point out my faults. I'm not perfect. That's what makes it friendship. I'm not perfect. That we're supposed to see the faults in each other and correct our faults.
So we can both be better.
Yeah. It's not an association of perfect people, the assistant Holy Spirit, as we say. It's not the sort of assistant Holy Spirit. It is so for multiple imperfect people. Multiple is very big word. It is imperfect people coming together to work on themselves and live life together.
Yeah, and also like a friendship, like a true friendship, should be one where both parties are comfortable with having hard conversations. Mm-hmm. Because sometimes some people are like, they are not really comfortable.
You are putting them down, or you are this, or you are being you are being judgmental. And I don't know, imagination. So it's even very, very dicey to be a friend in this generation, because there is this perceived way you should be as a friend, or something that's it on social media, and I like that's where a friend is. Then I don't
friendship
think
is deeper than that. Way deeper than that.
You should be loyal, you should be truthful, you should be blunt, you should be supportive.
Yeah.
To an extent. I don't explain. you should be supportive.
Yeah.
Now, you should know the level of support you can give.
I feel like support is still support in whatever shape, way, or form. Yes.
Why I said support, you know, some people just to prove, will do things at your detriment.
Okay.
Which is desperate. This is another whole topic.
No, there's also the part of going out of your way, going all out for your friend.
There's going all out for your friend, but there's
the wisdom. There's a wisdom to it.
Thank you. It's only knowing that this thing. I'm still learning that. I'm a person who's still learning that I know this thing would harm me. I love this person. Yeah. But at times it is love that love will make you let that person realize you have to do this thing by yourself.
Yeah. So, thank you so much for that. Thank you. Alright. So moving to the next phase, we are going to the academic phase. So we have questions 11 to 15. So pick your first question.
11.
Alright, so 11. Do you think God is interested in your academics and why?
Very much interested in my academics.
So why?
I'll be quoting some particular Bible verses.
Okay.
Alright, so the Bible says that God has the intention for us to prosper in health and in wealth. Now, wealth can not only mean finances, wealth of knowledge and all. And we see people like Daniel being exceptionally when it comes to the place of
intellect.
Thank you, that's the right word. People like Paul, people like, I think it was Luke.
A doctor.
So this God is actually interested in the making of the man. Yeah. Because I feel God has a vision for us, and He knows we can't jump to become that person. Like just go from playing football to becoming a doctor. You get
the process.
It's a process, and that part of process. The part of the process is your academics. So to fulfill His will or to fulfill His intentions in your life, you will have to go through your academics also. So it's not isolated. It's not isolated from what God has for you. So it's actually working together. All things work together, right? So you do well in your academics, it is working together for your good. You do well in your finances, it is working together for your good. You do well in taking care of your health, it is working together for your good. You do well in your relationships, it is working together for your good. And when you look at the track record of decisions you've taken, you see that it's actually came together to give you an expected end or an expected life. And as Christians, we know that we are led by the Spirit of God, and as much as you are saying you are taking decisions, you know that decision is based on what Christ wants, like you are going to act. So this definitely is made for you. Is His plan. So it's in one way. I will relate it to God's plan for us. So in one way, we are supposed to learn to be who we are supposed to be. We are supposed to grow into what we are supposed to be. Part of the process is your academics. So you cannot tell me what to become a doctor and you are playing video games all day. And probably that's what God told me in the place of prayer. We can be prayerful and so negligent about things. So you go to the place of prayer and God told you, this is vision. You become a doctor. God has said I'll become a doctor.
Nothing can change the word of God.
People that are doing O&G, they are doing pediatrics, then they are complaining. And they have to it. So they have to go through the process of becoming. It's not only that being a doctor, it doesn't end at graduating from 600 level. You go to the
residency, internship, housemanship,
everything. You see, it's a process. So now you go through those processes and you now become one of the greatest doctors. The children of the Spirit, everything that has been brought to you, you are the solution to it. But you cannot tell me that it was by only laying of hands. Like again, our hands are blessed. You are blessed in everything you do. But you cannot tell me that you just confess my hands are blessed and you don't know that you are not supposed to cut beyond a particular level, a thoracic area. You are not supposed to cut this part. You are not supposed to make an incision here. You are not supposed to be. You are telling me there is grace. You
will put the work.
Right. So I believe to fulfill God's will and intentions for our lives, we have to go through every process that is required to make that happen. So part of the part of the processes, I believe, is our academics, and God is so much interested in it as much as He is interested in His will being done in your life.
Thank you so much for that. Like, that's so detailed. Thank you. All right, what's your second question? 13. What are certain principles that you've had that has helped you academically?
All right, certain principles. Yeah, I'm still work in progress, right?
Yeah.
And I'm still learning. I'm still working towards a better academic life.
Yeah,
but one of the things that I know and I think are good principles to a good academic life or academic pursuit is firstly diligence. Like you have to be diligent in your academics. You see a man with diligence
in his work. You stand before kings and not before men.
So if you are diligent, we should see it in your works. Yeah, you read your books, you study well effectively. Right, you study the way you are supposed to study. You are supposed to see the results. Right, you attend classes. You know, it's. I mean, this Emmanuel. I've watched them. I mean, so I can tell who I can refer to whatever the former guest has said. Emmanuel said, we think it's just about going for the exams. Yeah. It's not about that. Attending class is also part of academic excellence. Yes. Doing assignments, doing the projects, presentations, tests. And I feel that was very profound. It changed my narrative to things also. Because attending class, we can decide to be nonchalant about that. Yeah. I might just come to read the material. I'm not going. I can. Or they might not even show up. Exactly. Just send me the material. I'll do it in the comfort of my room. But then going out of your space is even an institution for you. And this is of showing up regardless of what happens. So you are showing up academically regardless of what happens. The lecturer comes to read the material or you not read the material. You are showing up. That's actually profound. More like you showing up is for you, not necessarily for whatever you see, whether they come or not or whatever. And it is instilling diligence, it is instilling consistency in you, right? So another one I'll take is consistency. So you are supposed to read consistently, right? Diligence, then consistency. Then another thing I forgot to say, which is supposed to be the number one, God factor. Yes. I've heard of people's testimony about their academics and I'm like, just baptize me, mama. Just baptize me, mama. I receive this thing. Now, it doesn't have a the place of, I think it's even okay as I put the place of diligence first. Yeah. So you do not say it's because of it's God. Then the other ones are now minor. So it's good as I put the place of diligence. You're supposed to study your books. You're supposed to do those things, bro. Be consistent. Then you now come back to the place of God and saying, God, all right, I feel there is a lot to do in this time. Like for someone like you who has a lot on our plates, you have so much things. I think we can work in peace. We know we can work in peace through the love of the Holy Spirit. So you go to God and say, God, help me. And he's pointing out a particular place to you to read. That doesn't mean we wouldn't read other parts. But this particular place, read it and peace just comes. So I feel the diligence part, the God factor, and consistency is something that's Thank you so much for that. I actually learned from that part of showing up regardless of more like you are doing it for yourself, because a time we come outside school where you actually still have to show up irrespective of the organization you are, or like that's actually so spot on. Like, and I'm holding on to that. Thank you. And another thing I would like to add is that there's something like I think a lot of us heard more like pray as if you are not going to study and study as if you are not going to pray. So that's like a good balance seat. So it's not like one outweighs the other. They are actually equally important. Yes, so thank you for that. So we are moving to the next phase, which is students and money, the finance part. Okay. So pick your first question between 16 and 20. 18. Do you save, and how regularly do you save? Do I save and how regularly? I save.
Okay.
But at times needs arise that I would have to use it.
But like your savings is saving you. That's necessary.
So these are that you have to use it. And I mean, I just remember the carry wise. I'm like, bro, let's mix and I'm like, okay, I did this money now, guys. Let's add it back. But then it's not to say that.
That's sorry because I can relate to it. Okay. So that's what's your next question?
Alright, let's take 16.
16. If you are given 200k right now, Ayo, what do you do with it?
Alright, based on what I want as a person and like my my needs as a person, I will mostly spend it on things that would help me in my musical pursuits and career. So I'm into music production and I don't have enough equipment as I should have. So having that 200K they need boost and like bro I can get this, I can get that, I can do this together, sort of a lot of things. So now probably the part of savings is not coming into this or something, but I'm actually spending it on something.
It's investment.
Yes, I'm investing on something which I have a vision.
Yeah,
so
that's solid. And I'm just hearing about that music. I've known about it, let me just be honest. But like, I'm rooting for you.
Thank you.
I can be back up. Alright, so moving to the final phase, which is the book review part. We have questions 21 to 25. So pick your first question.
There's 23.
Okay, so 23. It says, mention one book that impacted you so well and you would recommend to the people watching this.
I'm still on my journey to becoming a good reader of books here, to be consistent and even finish books. As somebody said, you need to reading how to finish what. So you need to finish reading it. So
is in the studio right now.
You need to finish it. I'm still on my journey. I'm still on my way to become that type of person. But I think one book that I've read that I'm not done with, that has changed my perspective. I'm not done. I'm still reading and has changed my perspective towards a lot of things. Is now when you're out together, you know, very good. But how to make marriage work?
Oh, that's
it's the fact that I didn't just see it as how to make marriage work, how to make your relationship work with God. Because the moment I kept on referring back to our relationship with God, and at some point I decided to just take my attention away from marriage and put my attention to what is my relationship with God in regards to this book. So how God corrects your habits, how God corrects your attitudes, and or how you submit to God,
how you love God, how you receive His love.
Exactly, the same way you can submit to each other as husband and wife, how you submit to God. So I saw it more or less like a relationship between me and God, as much as I'm learning about marriage. Another one should be atomic habits, and it's to the point that it has changed some particular aspect of my life. I think the part it changed was the identity. That's what I talked about, identity. That you don't change from outward inward, you change from inward outward. That was really profound. I read that statement over and over again. So you don't want to become a reader.
You are a reader. So you read because you're a reader.
Yes, you actually claim the identity. So another part he said that changed my. So I'm not talking about how it has. I'm talking about how it has changed my perspective towards seeing things. He said most times we have meditated thoughts or premeditated thoughts or premeditated views about ourselves. So like I'm not the kind of early person. I'm not the kind of these things actually affect the way we actually do things. So you are supposed to go to class early. And I say, I'm not any person. So because of that, you always want to feed that ego. So but once you change your perspective and look towards another direction, I am another person.
You get things done regardless.
So I'm a person who finishes things. You get things done. I'm a person who sets a goal and I meet up the goal. So I'm still in that phase of becoming there, but I feel it's something that has actually changed my perspective towards how I live and towards like generally.
All right, thank you so much for that. Wait, the first book is Making Marriage Work, right? Okay, and the second book is Atomic Habits by James Clear. So thank you so much for that. All right, your next question.
25.
Okay, 25 is not really a question. Okay, is it a question? Do you have a question for me? That's the question. You can say no. You can actually say no.
Yes. All right, so my question to you is how your faith work be with God? How has it been? How has it journey been since you actually took your faith life serious with God? How has you can share an explicit? You don't know who actually is listening. I want to know how God's leading I feel every man on earth is working on the journey of faith.
Yeah.
So how is the journey of faith going right now?
Okay. Well, like, how is my work
from the perspective of what you've seen about yourself that you've not handled? Okay. How is it going? And you're looking at those things, and it's, there are times that the situation is not really looking at like it's like, bro, I am not this person. But then God has shown me that thing, and you are intentionally working towards it, but it's feeling like, oh, it's a dry season, and it's not feeling like it's coming to be what I want it to be. How is the faith work going? Okay, so like the question, the basis is like, how is my work with God going, right? Yeah. Okay. And again, sorry, I don't want to mistake out that part. How is the faith? Okay. All right. So that's a deep question, because it's a question, let's say, dear to my heart. Because first off, when exactly did I become like very, like, I've always been born in a Christian home, child of God and all. And after the first time I gave my life to Jesus, when I was quite young, which I can't remember the exact age, where I dedicated my life and everything. But I would say my faith walk, like my walk with God, started very, very well when probably around 4 years ago. Yes, 3 to 4 years ago. That's like when I can remember like the intentionality and the, not like the hand of God has not been on my life prior to that time, but like the evidence hand, like I could see it, I could sense it, and I could like see like things that were divinely orchestrated to highlight that too. So my faith walk with God, honestly, has been I don't think that's been a lot, but it has been one of total surrender to God, honestly. And there's another thing too that God has been highlighting is the people that are in my life, the people that God is bringing in my life. Because before I actually see friendship as a lifetime thing, but I've come to understand there are times when it can be seasonal, where sometimes God highlight certain people, probably they've been around, but they highlight them in your life for that season. Yes, and there are certain times that the way I've gotten to connect with certain people, as if we've known each other for years, and I just gotten that, okay, it's just God, like, that kind of thing. Yeah. So with the people part too, like, and with let me just say, like, that's just been a thing of total surrender and just moving as I'm led. Sorry, can we rephrase now? Not rephrase the question. How is now the faith on based on your faith? Like, what you believe, how has it been? Okay. My belief has been strengthened and my convictions have become stronger compared to before. I would say that over time, like, I would say I'm growing, definitely. I'm not where I used to be and I'm not where I want to be yet, but like I've grown and more like God is really working on my mind and my heart, more like certain beliefs that I uphold, as far as it's from God or something that I know that is from the scriptures, like, you get, I don't care if anybody else does not see it that way, as long as I'm learning, let me just say, courage and audacity, really. Yes, more like a firm resolve to like stay with what you know to be true. Yes, so I feel like I'm in that place because before then I was once a people pleaser. Yes, growing up, not like people will not really believe me because I still looked like, oh, firm and all, but like in a way I just had it. When you're by yourself, that's when your true self. There are times when I'm just thinking and I'm like, okay, but now I've moved past. I really don't care anymore. To be honest, my resolve and my convictions, they are getting stronger. My belief is getting strengthened in God, and I feel like I'm in a season where this thing of the roots are getting deeper, like 2 years. I might not be up there, but like this is like the foundational phase of my life where I don't know how to put it, but like I just know that I'm taking in a number of things that I know that is not for the now, really. So that's just it. As regards knowledge, as regards experience, sometimes you have to learn by experience, and then as regards prayers, and certain things within the word and everything. So I would say that's like it's, but my faith journey has become better. Like, yeah. That's profound. I believe the first part is a very big topic. It's one topic that we as people need to learn. Now, even talking about the age we are in, age of everybody wanting to becoming, everybody wanting to go out there to become something. You see people going out. Going out is scary. Hey, it's better you. And one thing I would say, faith also, your faith process is a making process. Like, it's a process. It's like your faith is a process. So you are not supposed to say I have faith and you're expecting it. In your faith, I think yes, I think I'll share that podcast with you.
Okay.
After the man said, my faith is also in the things I can lose. And I had to sit down that one and say, my faith is also in the things I can lose. The man mentioned that I was supposed to be a governor. Now he's funny how he's a missionary to an unknown village.
Yeah.
So that's where his faith lies. So to my younger generation out there, I get you. I mean, become that thing God has called you to be. Go take the work for Jesus. I believe in you guys. Trust me, I believe, and I'm not lying here. I see people with so much how should I put it, so much potentials. And I know if this person can follow the process, due process, this person is going to become a great person. So you should follow the process and don't become that person who gets there. And because you didn't outline some particular things about your life, you go from up and just deep like you go like ECG. Yet it's of all like parabola. You get to the climax and they are just coming down back. So you have some people who maybe made the limelight at a point, and before you know it, you can't hear about them again. So they say everyone will say, if you want to stay relevant, stay with God. Stay. Let God project you. It's faith if you can wait. It's faith if you can let God take the wheel and you sit. There was this thing that was trending on people status that at a time when the girl saw flowers on the floor, Jesus was at the front. It was like, I love this flower. Jesus said, oh, good, or that's not it. They were going, took another flower, I said, oh, and he put it down again. She was showing it to Jesus and she was putting it down. And he kept on leading her. She was complaining. People have gone ahead, this, that.
What am I doing here? I'm wasting time.
And when they got to a gate, he opened the gate and she saw a garden.
Wow.
There was just one flower. And she saw a garden. Now she could pack like multiple flowers together and play with them. That's how it is with God. So it's that you might not be obtaining that which you want right now. You might not obtain it, but don't lose focus. It's faith if you can still believe. It's faith if you can still believe. It's faith if you can choose not to project too much. Right.
Or move as you're led.
Move as you're led. And I'm thinking to move as the Spirit of God wants you to move. Don't move out of ambitions. Move out of the Spirit's leading. Move out of God's timing. Does it? God's timing for you. God is saying, wait till you build guy. Because if you don't build, there will be a season you need that process of building to come to play, and you don't have anything in your house now to like tackle that process. It's like somebody saying, talk about marriage right now. You didn't take time to learn about how the psychology works. They're not saying because you can speak in terms of 50 hours.
That's what it
will. So basically, I feel faith is a process, and it is one that we need to teach people that yes, as much as yes, God can amplify you, God can bring things to. I'm saying this because I mean I see you up there, but then we know. Sorry. we know. You only know the process you are going through. You only know the pain. You only know the place of oh God, I want to become, and God is saying no. You only know God, I want to be, and God is saying no. The places of the shutting of doors, the places of the opening of doors, the places of instructions that don't make sense. I mean. We know about that. Instructions that don't make sense. You know. So don't let things that you see outside just bring you to the point of concluding that you can do things without process. Then the part of your faith, your belief should be this is the time you should even every day of your life you should establish your belief and be rooted. As I said, just keep on gaining roots daily. More or less like the more you stay with God in faith, the more you become rooted, and the more you gain conviction.
And growth actually happens. So add to what he said. I don't know the part where he said where that's about wanting to project yourself. The thing is when you're out there, whatever you've had will be amplified. I heard this before and it resonated so well. So if by your own self, like in your secret place, like you don't have like a consistent work with God, you have issues, you are a people pleaser, you are someone who has like certain addictions or whatever. If you eventually get out there as you desire, everything will be amplified because if you don't take time to actually build when nobody's watching, or probably when there are no returns, or when you are not receiving accolades or whatnot, if you don't take time to build, when you eventually get out there, all those things will be amplified, whether good or bad. There's also the good parts and everything. So all those things will be amplified. That's one. Another thing is just be sincere in your work with God. Like, there's a case to perform. I've been there too. More like perform and act as if you're high up there, in the face of people. And then, there are certain people who out there, you might think maybe, they pray for hours, or they study the word, and in the, not to shame or anything, they actually have nothing going on. Like, you get behind and you get that kind of thing. So be one who, even when it's not even, just pay the sacrifice, pay the price, honestly, because it will become easier. Not easier as per the journey, like the sacrifices will reduce, but you would be more willing to pay it, and you would really not really have resistance against it. You get, so just pay the price now, and make sure that when you eventually get there, whatever is being amplified of you is something that would give glory to God, because that's the essence of everything. And I now say that pressure, wow, don't be pressured. Pressure, wow. Because when people perceive you to be as something, they want to pressure you. Don't allow anybody to pressure you out of destiny. Honestly, move at your own pace. Move at your own pace. They should not be like, oh, you're like this, and this will be look good. Look good. Does it align with what God would have you do at that moment? So don't allow anybody, even anybody, like, I don't want to mention family members, friends, like anybody, don't allow anybody to pressure you. And also don't pressure yourself, because it can come from within too sometimes. So move at your pace. And thank you for what you added. Honestly, I learned from, and I'm expecting that podcast.
I will give it to you.
Alright, so we've come to the end of today's Q&A session, and like I said earlier, this is the final episode of season 1 of Let's Talk About It podcast. So thank you so much for watching so far. Make sure you anticipate season 2, season 3, and as many seasons that God would have us do. And if you've not watched the previous episodes, please take time to watch them, because I feel like to make you understand these episodes better. Yes. So amazing guest. Alright, so let's take our affirmations. Repeat after me. I, Faraday Favor, I am a city set on a hill. I am God's workmanship. I am fearfully and wonderfully made. God didn't make any mistake with me. God is my father, and he loves me so much. I am God back. Alright, wrapping up. Thank you so much, Ayo. And if you know you've not subscribed, make sure you subscribe, like this video, drop a comment, let us know what you learned, and also share this video with as many people as possible. Until next time, stay blessed and favored by God. See you on season 2.